6 days away from the Royal Rumble if we didn't have a bunch of random people doing a bunch of random shit on Monday Night Raw. That's exactly what we got tonight.
Like approximately 30 people. Give or take.
We didn't count, but there was a lot of weird shit, a lot of unnecessary shit, but we are 6 days away from the Royal Rumble, and we're going to talk about Monday Night Raw on the 84th edition of the Raw Review.
I just want to preface this by saying that this is WWE starting the road to WrestleMania with the most uncertainty it's ever fucking been in.
With the amount of injuries, WWE is trying to come up with new stuff, and it gets real weird sometimes. So
what matches happened?
We had Roman Reigns defeat Rusev. Natalya returned to TV to beat Brie Bella real quick with a sharpshooter. We had the Wyatts in 6-man tag team action defeat the Dudleys and Ryback. Big Show defeated Heath Slater and then knocked out all 4 members of the Social Outcasts. Becky Lynch defeated Tamina. The League of Nations defeated Kalisto and Dean Ambrose.
That's Alberto and Sheamus.
Big E defeated Jey Uso. And then the team of Neville, Titus O'Neil, Mark Henry, and R-Truth defeated the Cosmic Wasteland and Tyler Breeze.
The Cosmetic Wasteland.
That was good. Oh, man. Yeah, a lot of weird shit.
How come I didn't think of that while I was watching the match?
I don't know. Most of the matches didn't really build towards anything, so we're really just going to talk about the ones that did. Starting off, Becky Lynch versus Tamina. We had Charlotte and Ric Flair watching the match outside.
And Naomi as well.
Yes, Naomi was in Tamina's corner. Good match between these two.
Yeah, and I was really surprised with the fact that there were 3 people out there who would have been anti-Becky Lynch.
That she won clean.
Yeah, that nobody really got involved.
No. It was... I was surprised. I think the one that I was surprised the most that didn't get involved was Naomi.
Yeah.
I figured if anyone was going to get involved, it would be Naomi. But they didn't. Becky Lynch ended up winning with a roll off the top rope into the disarmer, which was pretty awesome, getting Tamina to tap out. And then she said, nothing would make her happier than beating Charlotte this Sunday for the Divas Championship. But Charlotte hasn't actually given her an answer to her challenge that she put out last week. So she asks Charlotte if they're going to have the Divas title match.
And Charlotte is all like, bitch, no.
She's like,
pretty much.
You think you're gonna get a title match just because you have all these people chanting at me? That's not gonna do anything. And then she starts poking Papa Bear Ric Flair with her own rendition of the kiss stealin' wheelin' dealin' rhyming bit, which was fantastic.
The wheelin' dealin' title match stealin'.
It was so
obnoxiously wooing.
Yeah, it was so good. Becky thought that through, and she fucking killed it. It was great. So then Ric Flair's like, "Whoa, wait a second! Don't bring me into this."
Yeah, he's like, Charlotte at the Royal Rumble, get her.
She calls him out on his shit, saying that maybe in his old age he's become as cowardice as his daughter is, and he's like, "Oh hell no! Guess what? You're getting a title match this Sunday." And Charlotte went, "She is?"
And Flair took off afterwards, and Charlotte was like,
"The fuck."
Thanks.
Charlotte's like, she had to
worst
catch up.
Christmas present ever.
I know, right? So we officially have our Divas title match for the Royal Rumble, which is awesome. We also found out that Kalisto will be getting his rematch for the United States Championship against Alberto Del Rio this Sunday as well. We know we have Dean Ambrose versus Kevin Owens in the Last Man Standing match.
Yes, Kevin Owens was at commentary for the League of Nations versus Dean Ambrose and Kalisto.
He was the best part of that.
Fantastic commentary. He might have been the highlight of Raw. Shut up, Byron.
Then, on a sad note for Monday Night Raw, we did have the funeral for Francesca that was viciously broken over the pale, ashy Canadian kneecap of Chris Jericho last week on Raw. Xavier Woods was just beside himself.
Getting a little teary-eyed myself.
Kofi was trying to console him. Big E had some very nice words to say about Francesca, but said that, Francesca would want them to go on, and Xavier Woods made the executive decision that Big E would face Jey Uso one-on-one on Monday Night Raw.
All in the honor of Francesca.
Yes. Get revenge for Francesca, because Jericho was in the corner of the Usos when he broke Francesca. This was probably the best match of the night.
Yeah.
Big E and Jey Uso really went at it. And it's really good to see guys that are usually regulated to tag team matches go out there and be able to have a really good singles match.
Absolutely.
Big E obviously has a lot more experience in singles matches than Jey Uso does, but Jey Uso held his own. Big E taking some sick bumps. He ended up diving out on the outside and then landing on his back. Well, actually landed on his butt.
He went for the apron splash and missed.
Yeah. There was a lot of really rough bumps for Big E, but he did end up picking up the win after Jimmy tried to jump off the steps and hit Kofi and Xavier Woods. Woods was able to move out of the way, and from what the commentators were saying, it looked like Jimmy actually tweaked his knee on the dive. So he wasn't able to stop the distraction from Xavier Woods while Jay was going for the Superfly Splash. So Jay tries to jump off and hit Woods. Woods jumps off the apron, allowing Big E to hit a clothesline from behind, then pick up Jey Uso and hit the big ending for the win.
Splat.
And I think it still wasn't really confirmed, but we're pretty sure that this is going to be the tag team match.
They said it.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay. They
said it a couple times.
Yeah, okay, yeah. They did bring up the graphic, because statuesque Big E has a really big bulge, and it's right there. It's right there. You can't miss it. It's weird. All right, so now we'll talk about the Roman Reigns shenanigans from beginning to end over the course of the night. We opened up with Jericho, who is supposed to have the highlight reel later in the night with Brock Lesnar, but he decides that he'd rather do a big, just like what he called the biggest highlight reel in the history of WWE, and he wanted the top 3 odds-on favorites in the Royal Rumble to be in the ring at the same time. That being
Heath Slater, Bo Dallas, and Curtis Axel.
Exactly. But they ended up getting knocked out by Big Show later in the show. So we were unfortunately left with just Jericho, Roman Reigns, and Brock Lesnar.
Who were those guys?
I have no idea. But ultimately, this whole segment with
Roman Reigns came out.
Yeah, Roman Reigns came out, talked a little bit of trash.
Sure, I'll be on the thing.
League of Nations came out, and they talked some trash, and they made fun of Rusev.
Sheamus and Jericho had the worst fucking back and forth banter I've ever heard.
Neither of them could come up with a funny joke.
I think Sheamus saps the funny out of people who are trying to talk to him.
No, Rusev just starts yelling.
Fuck Sheamus.
Rusev gets real mad.
Rusev was yelling "fuck Sheamus" in Bulgarian.
I don't think so.
Because Rusev felt the whole promo being pulled down by Sheamus.
He didn't speak in Bulgarian though. He spoke in English.
His first line was he yelled in Bulgarian.
Did he really?
Yes.
Oh, I missed that one.
Might have been Russian. I don't know.
This is what ended up making Roman Reigns versus Rusev.
With Jericho as the referee.
That was the best part of the whole thing, because Jericho got really into doing cartwheels and kicking the other 3 members of the League of Nations.
He was doing cartwheels while kicking the other 3 members of the League of Nations out of the match.
Yeah, first he threw out Sheamus, then he threw out Barrett, then he threw out Del Rio. And then Roman Reigns ended up Superman punching and spearing Rusev for the win. And he'd actually get scolded by Stephanie afterwards, saying, "You didn't have the authority to make that match, nor make yourself the special guest referee." And I'm like, why did anybody stop the match?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that somebody could have just walked out there.
Stephanie could have been like, no.
I mean, for fuck's sake, Vince McMahon is in the building. And
Mike Chioda gave Jericho his referee shirt for the match. So that's 3 people with way more authority than Jericho has.
Well, you know what he pulled on Chioda?
What?
Is Chioda said, "No, we can't do this." And Jericho goes, "You know what? I invented that shirt. Give it to me."
Okay. We also had Stephanie really goad the League of Nations into getting involved in the highlight reel, saying that, oh, Roman Reigns and Jericho punked you guys out, blah, 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 and really, made them think, oh, well, yeah, we could do whatever we want. And so she really, set that in motion for the end of the night. We also, like Kevin Hawk just said, we did have Vince McMahon in the building, and they'd be deciding who would be the number one entrant in the Royal Rumble.
They had a Rumble tumbler and everything.
A tumble rumbler?
A Rumble tumbler.
We have a Tumblr. Different kind of Tumblr.
Tumblr? Oh, Tumblr account.
Tumblr, yeah.
Social media.
I wish we had a Tumblr. It'd be loud. We'd do a lot of stupid shit with that.
Let's invest in a Tumblr.
All right, we'll think about it.
I'm done thinking about it. It's done.
So,
We're investing in a Tumblr.
So
If we're gonna have our
it was
own
already weird.
3-person Royal Rumble.
I think you're gonna. Well, Thomas automatically loses because he's not here very often.
Well, we'll do it on
Well, actually, no. He's going to be the Curtis Axel. He'll never get eliminated because he'll never actually make it.
Yeah, well, it'll be on a Monday. That's for certain.
All right.
Monday night Rumble.
So this already started out a little wonky because, Vince would pull out one of the balls and, no, I don't want that one. He'd put it back in the tumble and he'd grab another one. And he couldn't open the damn things.
Yeah.
He had Stephanie do probably 3 of them. Because there was the first one they opened, turned out it was Roman Reigns.
And to what the effect was supposed to be is oh, that's unfair.
Yeah,
Roman Reigns was already defending the championship. Let's make it fair. Let's draw another name. But Stephanie actually put that ball back in the tumbler.
Yeah. So Vince draws again, pulls it out. It's Roman Reigns again, and he's like, "Oh, Stephanie, you put it back in there. Okay, we'll do it one more time
without."
Yeah.
So Roman Reigns
they left the Roman Reigns ball out. Did the tumbler thing again. One of them went rolling down the the ramp, which was hilarious.
Vince, not that guy.
Vince finally opened the last one.
Stephanie clapped for him.
Gave it to Stephanie, and Stephanie revealed that it was Roman Reigns. So
Stephanie clapped for him in a condescending way that made it seem like Vince was like a kid.
Yay!
Who finally accomplished something tough.
You're 70.
Which, that's what's shocked me, is with how big Vince's arms are.
He couldn't open the damn plastic ball.
Roids.
Oh, impotence. So yeah, they cheaply put Roman Reigns in as number 1.
And not if that wasn't enough, but also on SmackDown, only a few days prior to the Rumble, Roman Reigns is going to have to fight the League of Nations in a 3-on-1 handicap match.
I see what you did there.
Stuttered.
You dick.
I had a little bit of stutter, sorry.
So
handicap match. It's the entire League of Nations. Except with Barrett.
They're really pushing, how many different ways can we fuck up Roman Reigns before the pay-per-view? And this usually means that the person who gets beat to shit before the Royal Rumble is the one that wins.
Yeah. I'm just saying, right now, this was the story of the year Benoit won the Rumble.
Uh-oh.
Benoit won the Rumble, being forced in at number 1 by Paul Heyman, who at the time was the general manager of SmackDown.
That's right.
This entire storyline is the exact same thing.
Here's my problem with it. I don't have a problem with the fact that it's exactly because I didn't remember the Benoit storyline. For me,
WWE's trying to erase it from your brain.
Well, yeah. No, I know who Benoit is. I just don't remember all the storylines he was ever in. My biggest problem with it is when you've got someone like Roman Reigns who you've already had trouble pushing, why would you try and force this, rise to power storyline he's had these, these come through moments where he overcomes all the odds and wins, and that's cool. But now you're just it's so telegraphed.
It's Cena-ing.
You're doing all the wrong things with this guy you're trying to make the crowd like. Granted, the crowd is behind Roman Reigns now, which is great. And I want to be behind Roman Reigns. I don't mind if Roman Reigns wins and retains the championship. But when you beat the fuck out of him, 2 shows in a week, force him in at number 1, and have him go through all 29 guys, you're going to get the same reaction you've gotten for the last 2 years of the Rumble? Are you trying?
Where is the Rumble at this year?
Orlando.
Alright, Orlando's not going to be that harsh of a crowd for Roman Reigns.
You don't think so?
No.
Well,
I would say if it was somewhere in the New England area...
Oh, they'd rip him apart.
It would be a terrible thing.
Can you imagine if it was in Chicago?
Chicago or Philly.
Oh, yeah.
Philly would have a...
Philly and Chicago would just... They'd riot. Philly would riot.
I'd probably riot. If it was in Portland... And Roman Reigns...
I don't think we'll ever get the Rumble.
If it was ever here in Portland, and Roman Reigns started at number 1 and won the whole fucking thing, I'd riot.
So...
I'd somehow sneak a pitchfork into the arena and start an angry mob.
Grab your torch and pitchforks. So, yeah, Okay.
So wrap your head around that. Roman Reigns is probably, at this point, 99.9% chance likely to win the Rumble 2 years in a row.
And God. Before this, I would have been fine with it. Because the dude is defending his championship. He's going to be more prepared for a match like this. And should, in all fairness, be an odds-on favorite to win, even though there's 29 other guys.
Yeah, my big issue with this is right now the fact that we're looking at this as a 99% chance that Roman Reigns wins a Royal Rumble. This is 3 years of Roman owning the Rumble.
Yeah, because the year that Orton won, he broke Kane's record, and then he won last year, and now he'll retain the championship.
It was Batista won.
Oh, yeah.
That's why everybody hated it. There would have been a much more positive reaction to the Rumble 2 years ago if Orton won. Not much more positive.
I'm not going to lie, I forgot Batista was in that. I forgot he was in Mania.
Yep.
All I remember is that Daniel Bryan ended up winning.
Yeah. Breaking the record, winning and winning again. I'm sorry, but this is worse than the way you push John Cena at this point.
Because at least John Cena had a slow build. And worked his way up to becoming a champion. But then we finished off the night with the biggest highlight reel ever that really wasn't a highlight reel. It was a Jericho Heyman promo.
Yeah.
Where Jericho brought up all, what if Lesnar loses? Did you try to keep Lesnar out because you thought he was going to lose? What if I'm the last one and I eliminate Brock Lesnar? Then out came Brock Lesnar. But before he could do his jump up to the ring thing, then we had Roman Reigns come out. And then it just all fucking...
Roman Reigns got into the ring, and then Lesnar hopped up, got in the ring, and the second Lesnar was upright from through the ropes, Reigns speared the shit out of Lesnar.
Yes.
And Jericho disappeared.
Yes, yeah, Jericho got the fuck out of there.
Jericho got the hell out of Dodge.
We had the League of Nations run down.
Because you know what he did is the League of Nations ran down, and Lesnar went to town on the League of Nations, giving everybody suplexes and F5s.
Yeah, he German suplex Rusev, then Del Rio, and then F5 Sheamus.
And Jericho slowly walked to the back with Wade Barrett.
He had to make sure his neck didn't get hurt.
Yeah.
So Lesnar is now up again. He turns
and Roman Reigns spears the shit out of him a second time.
So Lesnar is down for a second time. The entire League of Nations is down. Roman Reigns is on top of the world. And then the Wyatt family comes out. That was good. They beat the hell out of Roman. Roman gets hit with Sister Abigail. Then they turn their attention on the Beast.
Yeah, Lesnar's starting to get up. He's feeling a little worse for wear at this point.
He's been speared twice.
He's been speared twice by Roman Reigns. Sheamus and Del Rio got some shots in.
Yeah, they beat him down a little bit before.
Nothing.
You good?
It's a little small for my head.
I have a smaller head. It fits me better.
So's every other hat I've ever tried on.
You have a big head, Jimmy Neutron.
You just reference a kid show?
Yes, I did.
I didn't think you watched any kid shows.
What?
Never mind.
Anyway, so they turn their attention on Brock Lesnar. He ends up getting a boot from Luke Harper,
spin kicks and shit,
spin kick of doom from Rowan, a big old clothesline from Strowman, and then I'm thinking, okay, this is where he makes his comeback, because
this is where he German suplexes Harper and Rowan at the same time.
Like Wyatt is thinking, he's like, okay, Sister Abigail's coming up, but he's taking a long time to set up for it, and I'm like, okay, he's gonna go for it. He's gonna end up turning it into a German suplex, and then Lesnar's gonna be like, rah, at the end of Raw, and then probably get speared again.
That's what I was hoping for. Is just another spear.
At which point, Bray Wyatt grabs Brock Lesnar, sets him up, and actually hits the Sister Abigail. We go off the air on Raw with the League of Nations, Brock Lesnar, and Roman Reigns down, and the Wyatt family standing tall in the middle of the ring.
Not only were the League of Nations down, but they had also disappeared. That's how down they were. Bray Wyatt was the final nail in the coffin of this Raw.
Yeah.
They've been talking about it for the last few weeks. It was like, oh, Wyatt's a good contender to win the Rumble because he's going to have the Wyatt family and they're going to be helping him the whole time. But they've never done anything to push the fact that he's a legitimate contender to win the Rumble.
Until now.
Until a week before the Rumble. Just out of nowhere. Well done.
Yeah.
WWE.
So,
Brock Lesnar didn't get no simpy from the Wyatt family.
First off, I'm going to say I gained some respect back for Brock Lesnar, because he put over everybody.
Rusev.
I'm going to blame that on Rusev. Rusev
got no simpy from Brock Lesnar.
Rusev just wasn't... He didn't want it enough. He didn't want to...
suplex Rusev on his fat ass.
Why are you Scott Steinering right now?
I don't know.
What's wrong with you? Get the fuck out of here. Your Scott Steiner bullshit, your fat ass. Anyway, no, I am completely blown away that they did so much for the Wyatt family in such a small segment.
Mm-hmm.
And now I feel like, oh.
The Wyatt family, and Bray Wyatt specifically, made a much bigger impact in that one shot of Brock Lesnar getting hit with 4 moves than they have in their entire feud with the Dudleys and the ECW guys and everything.
Yeah. So, Bray Wyatt is a possible contender to win the Rumble. Especially with, I think that would be a fantastic moment. If you have the Wyatt family in the ring at the same time, all at the end of the Rumble, the last person they throw over, maybe the last person they throw over is Roman Reigns. Maybe he makes it to the final 5, and they just demolish him. He gets thrown out, and then you see Bray Wyatt do, I don't know, he gets down on his knees and does the follow the buzzards, and the other 3 guys just get out of the ring and just hand him the championship. I think that would be just the ultimate show of power for Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
I kind of want that to happen.
I think the crowd would shit on that.
Doesn't matter, he's a heel.
Yeah.
Better than them shitting on Roman Reigns for overcoming 29 other dudes. So, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I am completely and utterly confused at this point. I have no fucking clue what's going to happen on Sunday. But that is it for Monday Night Raw. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe.
Click the links.
All the
people.
links.
There's a lot of them.
Check out
Facebook,
Twitter,
Tumblr,
Instagram,
Reddit,
emails,
there's 2 of those.
and a podcast.
Over on SoundCloud.
Check out the Instagram because we've been posting weekly or Monday through Friday pictures. We got Man Crush Monday yesterday was Big E, and the Tag Team Tuesday today. How do you say their names again? The Japanese guys that you chose.
Oh gosh.
There's
Atsushi Kotoge and Daisuke Harada.
That's it. So yeah, check those out. We got more coming this week. Be sure to subscribe, follow, whatever you do. I think you follow on Instagram. So check that out. Check out the Facebook where we post random stuff. Our Twitters, you'll get updates for videos.
Find me on Snapchat.
Should I put your Snapchat down there in the links?
This one specifically.
Okay. His Snapchat's down there too for this.
Oh, for this one video only.
All right.
I might put it in other random ones, but
Post down in the comments. What did you think about Raw? What do you think about Bray Wyatt actually being a potential winner for the Rumble?
what do you think the odds are of Heath Slater winning the Rumble?
As long as he's not in there with Big Show, he's fine.
No, it's good. I mean, if Big Show knocks him out, he's going to be a lot harder to throw. He's going to dead weight on the ground.
Yeah, but Heath Slater then still only weighs like, an extra 20 pounds at that point, and I don't think that's going to be very difficult for Big Show. Also,
no, it's the bending over part and pick him up off the ground.
Right, okay. Also, check out the playlist, because we got lots of videos coming up later this week. Up next, you'll have a midweek wrap-up, you'll have a SmackDown rundown, you'll have Royal Rumble predictions, and you'll have an indie news where we got results for...
We're going to tell you who the new first ever Evolve Tag Team Champions are.
And we're going to talk about the first advancing entrant in the Top Prospect Tournament of Ring of Honor.
And you're going to have a glimpse into what will happen in the first Chikara shows of 2016.
Chikara! But thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.
Yep.
You know what Brock Lesnar should have yelled at one point on Raw? Fuck Sheamus!
Yeah. Or anything in his pterodactyl screech voice.
Ah!